What's up guys, Heath here, back with the Magnite Tough torture test series that we're running with Xpedition. And today we are out on the farm. This is the exact bow that just went through the Sub-Zero test. Today what we're doing is we're gonna submerge this bow again for a 24-hour test in a murky pond. So we're literally gonna take this X-Lite and chunk it in this pond. I'm gonna attach a rope to it so we can pull it back in tomorrow. And then we're gonna end up back at the studio with the hooter shooter, and we're gonna run it through a test to see how the shootability is after it goes through this process. It is day number 2. Yesterday, it's actually been probably closer to 26 hours now. Josh and I are back out here on the farm. You maybe say, what are you actually testing by throwing it in the pond? Well, we're testing the components of the bow. We're testing the Cerakote finish, see how well it holds up. We're testing to see if or what might potentially show rust, but we're basically going to test shootability after going through this, being submerged in 80, 85 degree water after coming out of sub-zero temperatures, which was our last test. Here we go. Actually, it ain't too bad. Let's get it a little nastier. What do you think? I'm gonna bend it sideways. There's some grit. Now the Murk and grit test is getting a little more serious. Look at that mess. I do see that we have lost our other dampener. Anyway, that's pretty nasty. I say we throw it, literally throw it in the side by side, and let's roll out and let it bang around for a little while on the way back to the truck. We're gonna get this thing back to the studio. Got it back here at the studio now. As you can see, just the trip back from the farm, we literally threw the bow in the back of the truck. All this mud is completely dried, and it is literally caked all the way around the cams, the axle, the riser. I mean, it's literally stuck through the middle of the riser here. The limbs are completely covered, and best I can tell, everything to this point looks okay. Now again, we haven't shot this yet, and there's probably gonna be dirt and mud go everywhere here in a minute. My biggest concern, I feel like, is, and I don't know if it's a real concern, I think everything's a concern at this point, but my biggest concern with this much mud on the cam and on top of this string is somehow the string rolling off the cam. So we're gonna have to run this over to the bow shop and pop this back on. All right, so we're back after the first draw on the hooter shooter, and the best we can tell, the mods were so caked with mud inside them that the string had no choice but to come off the cams when it was at about half draw. And so what we've done is we went back to the bow press, put a new string on it, and we're fixing to try again. All right, so just to recap, we have put this bow through officially now the Murk and grit test. It's been in a pond for 24 hours overnight. We put this thing in the side of the pond, pushed it down in some softer mud as deep as we could get it. So all of my body weight plus whatever pressure downforce on the bow that I could. The first concern we had was the clay mud inside of the cam lanes and tracks on this bow. And sure enough, the mods threw the string off because the string had nowhere to go. So we went to the press, put a new string back on the bow, came back, and the bow is performing flawlessly. Pretty impressive, to be honest with you. This bow has been through the ringer. Because this is not just the Murk and grit test, this is the second test we have done after the Sub-Zero test. So this is the exact same bow. To this point, all we have lost is the two small dampeners on the top and the bottom of the riser. It's a little bit nasty now, but it has performed flawless. And I would definitely say we are 2 for 2 on the Magnite Tough test series.